Hey everyone, Shabby here, and welcome back to our next episode of the SWE Rising Universe Mode. Big one here this evening. We will have the second semi-final of the tag team tournament, and we're putting the last two members into our Openweight Championship and our Intercontinental Championship match. And here is our opening match of the evening. It's going to be another fatal four-way elimination for the last place in the Openweight Championship match at Shabby Mania. This one is Goto, Suzuki, Sekimoto, and Burch. Currently in that match at Shabby Mania, we have Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre, and Michael Elgin. So it'll be interesting to see which one of these four men will join them there. Of course, Joe, the current champion. Also tonight, we will have the second semi-final from the tag team tournament as the Young Bucks take on the Briscoe brothers. And then in our main event, one-on-one, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. The winner of that one will join Ibushi, Naito, and Kenny Omega in the Intercontinental Championship match. We're getting close to Shabby Mania now. Only 2 more episodes after this one before Shabby Mania officially begins. It's a 4-part pay-per-view now, of course. The first part will be a rumble, utilising the people that have not made it onto the Shabby Mania card, plus a few legends thrown in here and there. The second part of the Tag Team Championship match, the Junior Heavyweight Ladder match, another special match we haven't announced yet, which I believe we'll announce next episode? No, a couple of episodes away. And then, of course, the Intercontinental Championship match will main event that episode. Then after that, we have another 4 matches. We have a special match that I've, again, not announced yet because I'm not 100% sure who's going to be in it yet. It depends on some of the wins and losses in these tournaments. Then the Openweight Championship match. Finn Balor versus Jordan Devlin in the best 2 out of 3 falls match. Austin Aries will main event that episode, defending his United States Championship against whoever that's going to be. We'll find out in next episode who that's going to be. And then the final video of the season will be AJ Styles versus Kazuchika Okada versus Daniel Bryan versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a fatal 4-way Iron Man match for the Rising Championship. That's going to be pretty damn awesome. So we've got a lot of really cool stuff going on, basically. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this pans out. Hopefully we'll see a lot of it now. I'm looking forward to this match, actually. It's been a pretty good one. I'd like to see who's going to make it into the Openweight Championship match. I've been surprised so far, to be honest, that some of the people I really expected to be in there have not. They've not been very good at all. And I'm hoping this time we're going to see something good. Here comes Sekimoto, someone who I'm very, very grateful to whoever keeps creating Sekimoto. He's not that well I don't know if he is well known. I know him quite well. I've seen him here and there, but not majorly. So I was so excited when I saw him, and this is actually a very, very good core as well. I'm just hoping we get to see some more really cool stuff. I'm hoping that somebody might create him for us in WWE 2K19 as well. And of course, I'm really hoping somebody creates Tommaso Ciampa for us, you know. Just saying. Just freaking saying. But we need to get Tommaso Ciampa created again. It's like we've gone back 3 years before Tommaso Ciampa was actually on the game, isn't it, really? But there we go, and here comes Danny Burch, someone who's, again, not on 2K19, although only Lorcan is, which is a bit of a shame for the tag team, but still, I feel like we're going to get some good stuff out of this. He looks pretty good, Danny Burch. I like this core, and I'm sure somebody will make him on 2K19 because of the introduction of Oni Lorcan and that tag team. And Oni Lorcan and Burch have done pretty well since they joined this roster. I'm not sure they'll be on this roster again. Only because as much as they suit the roster, I just think it's too big, and I feel like we want to try and focus on what this roster's all about. I think that Lorcan and Burch will fit a different type of roster. So straight away we are underway. So like I said, the winner of this one goes to Shabby Mania in that Openweight Championship match to join Joe, McIntyre and Elgin. I thought Elgin was getting hammered in the last match. I really did. And he still managed to come out on top, which was crazy, really. We've not seen a lot of Suzuki in this universe mode, which I really want to utilise Suzuki more in the next season of Rising. I feel like he's been sort of... I don't know, I feel like he's been sort of let... I'm going to say let go, but he's been sort of... he's sort of disappeared a bit, and I really want to utilise him better in next year's one. I think we might do a bit more stables next time as well, though. I think in having Suzuki Gun as a proper stable, bringing in the Killer Elite squad maybe, alongside, of course, Suzuki, Zack Sabre Jr., and is it Desperate? It's not Despacito, I know that. Whatever his name is, the other guy, the guy with the guy in the black attire with the mask. Looks a bit like Willow. Yeah, I think that'd be pretty interesting. And then also probably having some sort of, I don't know, again, I keep asking this question, I'm sure people are answering it, but what's going on in New Japan at this point in time with the whole Bullet Club situation? Are the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega still part of the Bullet Club, or are they now separated officially? Are they off in their own stable? I don't quite understand how it works, so please let me know if you are watching. I've not seen a lot of New Japan recently, so yeah, I'm a little bit out of it on that one. So yeah, let me know what's going on in that situation. And also, of course, I think Ibushi's still part of that stable as well. So yeah, it'd be nice to see something a little bit different. If they are separate, then I think that's probably that's what we've got anyway. That's what we've got as part of our Octane universe mode, the separate, and we will continue on with that. I think the separate clubs. I quite like that in Octane. I don't want to make it maybe as prevalent, but in the last season we sort of developed the clubs and they all sort of came into existence. It'd be interesting to sort of develop those clubs, and either, I don't know, maybe do a feud to have one leave the roster or have one disband officially. Maybe somebody will jump from one club to another, and yeah, I just hope we get some decent sort of, there's some decent sort of cutscenes that we can utilize next game as well. I mean, storyline editor seems to still be disappeared, which is a shame. No GM mode again, which is a shame. But don't worry, guys, we've got big head mode and zombie mode. I think, to be honest, right, I'm going to talk like real here for a second, and the problem is, it's just like WWE in general. Like, the people like us watch the videos and play the game and watch wrestling for how we watch it. I'm assuming a lot of people watching this channel watch wrestling the same way that I do. The problem is that WWE now, especially Raw and SmackDown, are designed more for the casual and the child audience. That's the problem. And unfortunately, that's the same thing that's happened to the game. I mean, the casual child fan does not have an interest in GM mode. The casual child fan thinks that big head mode would be quite comical. And I think that's the problem. We're not the target market for wrestling, and we're not the target market for these games. That for me, I believe, is the issue, you know. I'm not saying it's right, and I don't know why they can't. Because GM mode can't be that difficult, because it's just a slightly different way of utilising the universe mode, maybe. I don't know. Either way, Sekimoto, they're going for the pin here on Burch after the inverted Death Valley driver. And there is your first elimination. Danny Burch is out of this match, and Danny Burch is pretty much surely in the Rumble. Sekimoto, wow, look at those strikes right to the face of Suzuki. Goto now with a boot in the leg of Suzuki, and It looks like Goto and Sekimoto working together there for a moment to take out Suzuki, but Suzuki just completely turns it around now, taking Goto up into that spiked pile driver. Wow. And Suzuki into the pin. There it is for the 1, the 2. Only a 2. Wow, Goto kicked out. Goto now with the shoulder block taking Suzuki down. I thought Goto was out there. I really did. Right hand there. And now Goto taking Suzuki up and spins him. Drops him face first. And Sekimoto jumps on for the pin. I mean, Goto's done the hard work. But Sekimoto's going to steal the pin. That's 2 eliminations for Sekimoto. And that's Suzuki gone. Wow. I'm stunned by, like, I really thought, like, Shibata, Suzuki, and Ishii would make their way through to that openweight match. I really did, and they're both, all 3 of them, been knocked out week after week, and Goto almost nicked it. See, the way I sort of look at this, I don't get me wrong, I would love Sekimoto to win this. I'm a big fan of Sekimoto and his wrestling style. I really enjoy it. However, the only issue I have would be that if Sekimoto wins this and then goes on to win at Shabby Mania, I'm not 100% sure that we would be able to find a core of him next year. I mean, we've been so lucky this year to get this great core of Sekimoto, but it looks like for me, with that inverted Death Valley driver, that Sekimoto is going to Shabby Mania with the 1, the 2, and of course the... No. How? Goto survived one of Suzuki's pile drivers, and now he's gone and survived Sekimoto's inverted Death Valley driver, then straight into the pin. Not enough though. Wow, big elbows there by Goto into the chest of Sekimoto. Now boot into the back of the arm as well. Goto bringing Sekimoto back up. There's the jawbreaker. And nice Yuri Hiroshi there by Goto. There's the pin. 1, 2. And Goto almost got it. Sekimoto stalking Goto. Goto catching the boots. Goto now heading across to Sekimoto, stalking the grounded Sekimoto. Hooks him in, stiff clothesline, taking him down. There's the pin by Goto. Will it be enough to take him to Shabby Mania? Oh, so freaking close. Goto now dragging Sekimoto away from the ropes, now dropping the elbow right in the face. Goto now bringing Sekimoto back up again. Goto really in control now, but can he finish Sekimoto off? Now Sekimoto fighting back, taking him down. Goto now taking Sekimoto over, slides out the back. Oh, Goto with the boot in the face, but Sekimoto catching him, and it's so back and forth at the moment. Goto now brings Sekimoto back up to his feet. Stiff right hand, clubbing blow to the back. And here he is now taking him up, spins him, drops him face first. And surely that is Goto on his way to Shabby Mania, but not going for the pin. He's taking his time here. Interesting. And now there's a stiff clothesline as well, taking him down. And surely that's going to be all then. There's the pin for the 1, 2, and... What? What on earth? Sekimoto now with Goto up, inverted Death Valley driver. These two guys, man. Sekimoto always has the ability to pull the best match out of anybody. And now we're going to see the man move on to Shabby Mania to challenge for the Openweight Championship. It is going to be great, isn't it? So now we know it is going to be Joe, McIntyre, Elgin, and Daisuke Sekimoto. Wow. So I'm going to put that in now. Sekimoto. My handwriting's terrible. I'll take it to work tomorrow and retype it. Best way forward, isn't it? What a win for Sekimoto. Great win for him, and he is going to Shabby Mania. Goto will drop into the Rumble now then, I suppose. And Sekimoto goes on to Shabby. And here is our second match of the evening. The second semi-final. The winner of this one will face off against the Gorillas of Destiny for a tag team championship match at Shabby Mania. It is the Young Bucks versus the Briscoe brothers. It'll be pretty awesome, I think, either way, isn't it? I'm looking forward to this one. Wow, that is really expensive stuff. So I've just found High Spot's UK website, but I've just found how expensive it is. Signed Kenny Omega print, £70. Signed Okada print, £70. Signed Young Bucks, £70. Signed Stone Cold Steve Austin, £120. Kenny Omega Funko Pop, 40. Autographed Funko Pop. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that. Well, am I going to end up buying stuff now off this? I was going to try and save some money this month, but a signed Kenny Omega Funko Pop for 45 quid is not bad, is it? Signed Kurt Angle, signed Iron Sheik, signed Sergeant Slaughter. Some pretty cool stuff there, actually. I didn't realise that they charge you individually for all the DVDs as well. That's pretty cheeky, isn't it? So, like, if I wanted to buy Battle Los Angeles from last year, I would have to purchase all 3 days separately. That's interesting. Thing is, this is pretty cool because I know I used to do pro wrestling great, and that was great fun. It really, really was. But the thing is that you didn't have any choice in what you got. You got some really random stuff. Don't get me wrong, you got some really good stuff. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, there's some other stuff that I would like to have get that I just didn't get. At least with this, you can sort of control what you get. Like, some of the stuff I got was just a little bit pointless here and there. But still, it's pretty cool. The best way of doing this, is it? Nothing on bloody High Spots, is there? I'm searching these different sections. It's saying there's none available. That's a bit annoying. I do want that Kenny Omega Funko Pop. I must admit. It's in memorabilia. As this match begins. Of course, the winner of this one will face off against Gorillas of Destiny for that shot at TM61. And it's odd to think that TM61, in my opinion, are the underdogs for whoever they end up fighting against. I know it sounds stupid, doesn't it? But to me, that just seems how it would be. I mean, if you look how strong that, well, TM61, I don't want to be evil to them. In fairness, they did pretty well, didn't they? To get that victory, and that they obviously defeated... Who did they defeat to get the number 1 contendership? They defeated the Young Bucks, didn't they? In a tag team match I thought it was literally going to be a Young Bucks squash, to be honest with you, but it ended up being a pretty even match. And then yeah, it was pretty insane, wasn't it? Really, to see that happen, it was crazy. I'm so gonna buy this Kenny Omega Funko Pop when I get paid in a couple of days' time. I mean, sorry, but I know it's £45, but an autographed Funko Pop, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm gonna buy that. I was just looking because I wanted to get some PWG DVDs, and I know I've often in the past I've brought some iffy ones here and there, and it's great, but it'd be nice to support them. I really do like PWG. I think I might get the All In DVD when that comes out again, just to try and support them, and hopefully if they get enough support, they're obviously going to make an absolute butt ton of money off the back of that. Hopefully they'll want to do it again. I think they can definitely sell out the event. They got a massive crowd, and they deserve all the money and everything they got, because I listened to the Colt Cabana podcast from Backstage and All In, and the amount of work that those guys were putting in was crazy. I mean, there was a part of the video where Matt Jackson was on his way back from Target because they'd gone to get food and snacks and drinks and that for all the wrestlers backstage, and it was crazy to think that they even had to think about stuff like that. And Nick Jackson said he'd been in the arena for 14 hours the day before, then he was in there first thing in the morning again, and it's not so much as look at your match as Jay. Oh, I don't think Matt Briscoe knew he did that there. He sort of caught the referee and that stopped the count, but I think Matt Jackson was just about surviving anyway. Or Nick Jackson, sorry. So yeah, they were working stupid hours to prepare for this. I don't think they really realised at I think they realised at the time how much work was going to be involved in actually creating your own show like that. But thankfully they managed to pull it off, and by all accounts I've still not seen it yet myself. I've still not seen it, and I will admit I probably will end up watching it somewhere dodgy first, but I will buy the DVD when it comes out. Like I said, I want to show my support to those guys, and hopefully they'll be able to do it again at some point. And it's amazing to think that the main event was apparently supposed to go half an hour, but I think it only went 15 minutes in the end, and they had to really improvise the whole end, and the Bucks were a little bit... Well, they weren't annoyed, the Bucks. The Bucks were actually quite happy by the situation, because they said it really tested their ability. That was one thing. Being able to wrestle is one thing, but being able to wrestle on a short schedule, because house shows, you don't have the situation where people are going, right, you've got this many minutes left until the pay-per-view goes offline. You don't have that sort of stuff, but with stuff like that, the pay-per-views you do, and it really shows their ability, the fact that they were able to finish the match and finish it in a realistic and pretty awesome way. So I'm pleased with them. I really am. I don't know how long the show is, so I'm not really pushing too hard at this point in time. I don't really want to watch it. Like, I'm thinking now it's 8 o'clock now, and I'm at work tomorrow, so I don't really want to watch it now, because it's going to be at least 11 o'clock it finishes. If it's a 3-hour show, if it goes longer, it's even more. But I dare say they'll do another one possibly in the new year. As Tombstone Power-Driver there by Matt Jackson. I remember in the first round of this tournament, it's Nick Jackson was utilising a sharpshooter. I don't know where he got that from, but it seems to be effective nonetheless. And the Bucks are in control at this point in time. It'd be lovely if they got the Tag Team Championships. Great to see them on next year's game. Nice moonsault there by Matt Jackson. And that could be enough. Nick has got control of Jay Briscoe. And Matt Jackson, doesn't quite get enough. It was so close. Nice sunset flip bomb. Matt Jackson now, nice boot in the face of Matt Briscoe. Went for the super kick, but Briscoe avoided it. And he went for it a second time, and Briscoe caught him. Wasn't quite a clothesline in the corner there, was it? Don't worry though, we've got big head mode next year. They could have fixed the glitches, but no, big head mode. Nice, there we go. There is the sharpshooter I was saying about. But Mark able to break it up straight away. catching Nick Jackson. I don't know where that's come from. I'm sure it's wrong, but I must admit I've not seen the Young Bucks wrestle in quite a few months, to be honest. I don't get a chance to watch as much wrestling as I used to. I'm spending too much. I literally come home, eat my dinner, and spend time recording videos at the moment. I'm really going all in, if you excuse the pun, on the channel at the moment. Especially with, well, I know next month's going to be really, really busy, and because the FIFA comes out and WWE 2K19 comes out, so I've really tried to get ahead of myself on a lot of the stuff. So, for example, I know a lot of you guys that watch this are not interested in the other videos, but I'm playing Final Fantasy 12, playing RimWorld, and playing 2 Point Hospital at the moment, so I'm trying to get well ahead on all of those games and maybe even complete some of them ready for the release of FIFA and 2K19. I think all 2 Point Hospital, I've already got enough videos to get me through to the end of November, so I'm doing pretty well with that one. Final Fantasy, I'm already middle of October done. And RimWorld already middle of October done, so I'm doing pretty well. We're getting there, though. There's the pin by Matt Jackson. I think Mark Briscoe wasn't paying full attention there for a moment. Nice rake to the back there by Nick Jackson. So the rest of his moveset does make sense. It is realistic. I just don't understand where the sharpshooters come from. It must be something he is doing now, maybe. Matt Jackson taking Jay Briscoe up into a powerbomb. He's going for a second. And he's going to go for a third powerbomb on Jay Briscoe as Nick Jackson heads up top. I think he might have been looking for a senton, but Mark Briscoe moves out the way as Matt Jackson with a tombstone pile driver now on Jay Briscoe. And the Bucks are looking in control. As I say that, they completely turn the match around. Mark Briscoe with a pin. Matt Jackson was able to break it up. Don't forget, of course, our big main event here this evening. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the final place in that Intercontinental Championship match at Shabby Mania. Of course, that match already Naito, Ibushi, and Omega. So one of those two men will join that match. Such a good back and forth match, this one. This would have been a fantastic tag team championship match. But TM61 had completely different ideas. They are the champions. Of course, if you're wondering why TM61 are part of this roster, they did spend a lot of their, well, not a lot of their career. They spent a chunk of their career over in Pro Wrestling Noah, which is where they were spotted. Which is why they were part of this, along with Hideo Itami, of course, was Pro Wrestling Noah as well. We've not seen a lot of Itami so far in this universe mode. Again, another name that sort of has sort of dropped away, and that's why I want to make sure this roster's a bit smaller next time, so we can really focus on the people we do have, rather than trying to squeeze different people in. As Jay Briscoe takes Matt Jackson up, there's the J Driller. And that could be game, set, match. Nick Jackson is down. Jay Briscoe with a J Driller. No! Matt kicked out. Wow. This is crazy. I can't believe how well both these teams are doing and how much they're surviving. And all of a sudden the Bucks are in control. Are they going to win this match? Matt Jackson takes Jay Briscoe up into a buckle bomb as Nick rolls Mark Briscoe over into that sharpshooter. Is Mark Briscoe going to tap? He does tap. And the Young Bucks are victorious. And the Young Bucks are going to face off against Gorillas of Destiny in our next episode for a chance to face off against TM61 at Shabby Mania. So there we go. The Bucks have qualified in what was a very hard-fought match. Probably one of the best tag team matches we've had so far in this universe mode, if not all of our universe modes put together. God, my piece of paper the match is on is so messy now. There's so many scribbles and markings on it that I've been doing over the weeks, or of the episodes that I've been doing. It looks pretty good. The Shabby Mania card is evolving more and more and more, and I'm so happy. It looks so awesome at the moment. And the big tag team championship match will be pretty good as well. So a great victory here for Matt and Nick Jackson. And here we go, the main event time. Zack Sabre Jr. taking on Hiroshi Tanahashi. The winner of this one will be the fourth and final man in the Intercontinental Championship match at Shabby Mania. Of course, Ibushi, Naito, and Omega are already there. That match is looking awesome, isn't it, really? That match is looking really good. So I'm interested to see what happens that one. The thing is, I'm really tempted to make the United States Championship a Fatal 4-Way as well, but I really don't want to have too many of the same type match over and over again, but we've just got so many massive names. I want to try and shoehorn them all in, and like I've set up a #1 contendership in the next episode between Jay White, CM Punk, and Adam Cole in a triple threat match, and I just don't know whether to do that or whether it's just to make it a Fatal 4-Way and put all 4 guys in the ring together, because if we don't, then they're just going to end up stuck in the Rumble. But then again, if we do put them in, then all of a sudden it's another Fatal 4-Way. We've already got 3 Fatal 4-Ways for championships, and I want to have some sort of differential rather than just having the same matches over and over and over again. It just makes, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. What to do? The problem is I'm probably going to record the next episode before I upload this one, so you guys are going to be telling me in the comment section what you want to see. And chances are I'm not going to see it until I've already made the decision. I know what I could do. I don't know, is that something I could do? No, I can't. I've not got the match space for it. Okay. I've got an idea. Right? The winner of that match between Jay White, CM Punk, and Adam Cole will be entered into the match against Austin Aries. Right? One of them, okay? Also, the winner of the Rumble to start the beginning of the night will also be added to that match. That's a real wild card there. That could literally be anybody that's thrown into that championship match, because literally the overflow of our universe modes is going to end up in there. So the overflow of people that don't meet it onto the card are going to end up in that Rumble. So we could literally get anyone. It could be one of the Briscoe brothers now. Could be Gallows and Anderson. Could be Shibata. Could be Thatcher. Could be Ishii. Could be Walter. Could be Ono. Could be Lorcan. Could be Harper. There's a lot of good names in that Rumble, actually. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll make it a triple threat match then, so it still gives us extra people. But then not another Fatal 4-Way. And this is a great match as well. I mean, Zack's being given the opportunity here. He doesn't get many opportunities, but he is going to be involved in quite a few of our universe modes, and thankfully there's some big name core makers on the PlayStation, namely the likes of Status and Defract and people like that, who also really rate Zack Sabre Jr., so they'll be making him hopefully pretty early on in 2K19. And as I've said before, we already have our first universe mode lined up. I've already made a decision of what that's going to be. And the main reason behind that universe mode being the one we're picking first is just because the majority of the people on that roster will be on the game. So it gives us a chance to get the decent cores. Because the one thing I don't want to do is say to you guys, right, we're going to do a random universe mode. We're going to go straight into like Octane or straight into Adrenaline or straight into Rising. And then end up with like using really terrible cores that look nothing like who they're supposed to look like. So my idea was, if we do an easier universe mode first, it's going to be a shorter one, I think, than normal. If we do that first, I don't know if it's make them all a bit shorter, maybe. Just thinking, actually, maybe if I did them all a bit shorter, we get through more. I might do, actually. I'll have to have a look at that in as I go forward. I'll have to have a look, I think, and see what I feel like that way, because that could be an interesting way of doing it. Not like majorly shorter, maybe just drop it down to like 25 episodes per universe. And that way we'll have a chance to get through many more of our rosters than what we would have done beforehand. That might be an interesting idea to do, actually. I mean, this one is going to end up being 32 episodes, which if we do 4 a week, 32 episodes works out at 8 weeks. If we did, say, 25 episodes, that's a Styles Clash there by Tanahashi. If we did 25 episodes, we'd get through that in, say, 6 weeks. So 6 weeks is a month and a half, so 12 weeks would be 3 months. So we get through 8 universe modes in the year. So we could do that. It gives us more to get through, doesn't it? Which I'd like to... 8 universe modes seems like a decent amount to get through. I think we could do that. Tanahashi slowly getting back up to his feet. And, oh, a nice stiff right hand there by Zack, dropping him to the outside. Big boot in the spine by Zack, who continues the assault on the outside. And Zack slides back inside the ring. Zack happy to win this. Zack doing the angry crab. Zack happy to win this in whatever way that he can, I suppose. Why not? A count-out victory is the same as a pinfall victory on paper. It gets you in the match at Shabimania, but Tanahashi's back in the ring. But all Zack's done now is allow Tanahashi a chance to recuperate on the outside. And that's going to backfire for him as Tanahashi with a moonsault from the middle rope. Heads up top again. We see a high fly flow. No, it's another one of those corkscrew sentons. Straight into the pin. The referee's incredibly slow getting down. There was a 3 count there before the referee even got down. Tanahashi now getting booted in the knee away by Zack. Tanahashi taking Zack up on his shoulders. Going to drop him neck first across that top rope. Tanahashi bringing Zack back up and Zack catching Tanahashi with the clothesline. A boot in the spine now as well. Tanahashi fighting back the knee in the gut of Zack Sabre Jr. Now spins into the sling blade. And Zack is in a pretty decent position if Tanahashi wishes to go for it, but he doesn't. He's taunting. Why is that? Tanahashi now into the neck breaker. And this time it looks like he is going up top. Zack is positioned nicely. Zack trying to roll out the way, but did not get far enough. And there's a high fly flow for the 1, the 2, and the 3. And Hiroshi Tanahashi is going to Shabimania to join Ibushi, Naito, and Omega in the Intercontinental Championship match. Wow. That is awesome. That is really awesome. That is another cracking match. So we made some decisions now. We now know that our first match on the first episode is going to be a Rumble, utilising all the people that have not managed to get themselves on the card elsewhere. And the winner of that Rumble will also get a chance to be in that United States Championship match against Austin Aries. And the winner of the match, our next episode between Jay White, CM Punk, and Adam Cole. We also now know that it's going to be TM61 versus either Gorillas of Destiny or the Young Bucks. We'll find that out in next episode as well. We also now know that Ibushi, Naito, Omega, and Tanahashi will fight in a Fatal 4 for the Intercontinental Championship. We also now know that Joe versus McIntyre versus Elgin versus Sekimoto will happen for the Openweight Championship. So a lot of things have been cleared off here. We've only got 2 more episodes left before Shabimania begins. Our next one, like I said, we are going to have... we're actually going to start off next episode with a little bit of retribution as Jericho takes on Sanada, looking for some retribution based on what happened a couple of episodes ago with Sanada getting involved in the Naito versus Jericho match. We'll also see in the second match Gorillas of Destiny versus the Bucks in the final of that tag team tournament for a place at Shabimania against TM61 for the tag team championships. And then, like I said, the main event will be a United States Championship No. 1 contendership match. Jay White, CM Punk, Adam Cole collide. The winner of that one faces against Aries and the winner of the Rumble. So, of course, guys, if you have enjoyed this video, please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you would like to see some more. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.